Okay. Good morning to all. Myself, Hemasunder Banka, Assistant Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. So, Institution Innovation Council, Bharat Institute of Engineering and Technology organizing. So, today's one expert talk on from your Ph.D. and Master's thesis to a startup. So, it is one of the important and emerging topic by Dr. Anand Deshpande sir. So our aim of this topic is under our Institution Innovation Council cell. So the objective of this topic today we are going to organize it to create awareness about from your master's and PhD thesis. One can create a startup to motivate their research and converting that research problem into an entrepreneurial journey. So to understand the path that can the problem of research can easily to be converted into a star of possibility and entrepreneurial journey by a startup. To clear the concepts related to the tenacity and focus and contextual awareness and persistence are valuable to become an entrepreneur. An overview of as you embark on your journey of being an entrepreneur. After completion of this lecture, this topic, you will be going to benefit. So the in-house stockholders got the awareness about IIC formations and their functions and supported activities from them innovative ideas and conversions. Our BIET faculty members and the PhD scholars and the master students members are realized them future career scopes as an entrepreneur by converted into problems of research to an entrepreneur journey as a startup. And also all the PhD and master students can got the awareness about the tenacity, focus, and contextual awareness, and how to start their thesis to a good startup. So this is a basic introduction about our program. So now I'm over to my lecture, the talk.
Welcome, my dear friends, for this very exciting session where Dr. Anand Deshpande will be your master's thesis. Before listening to Dr. Anand Deshpande, I would request Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe to give his welcome remarks.
Yeah, good morning, all of you. Namaskar. We have with us Dr. Anand Deshpande, Dr. Abhay Jere, my colleagues in AICT, Dr. Punya, Dr. Rajiv. Today we have a very interesting talk by Dr. Anand Deshpande on the topic from your PhD master's thesis to a startup. It's very exciting. And before I speak something more, I would like to introduce Dr. Anand Deshpande. Although before, a little while ago, he was saying that to introduce me very briefly. But I think for the audience, it is important to know the background of Dr. Anand. He is the founder, chairman, and managing director of Persistent Systems since its inception and is responsible for overall leadership, management of the company. Anand holds a BTech degree in computer science from IIT Kharagpur and then master's and PhD in computer science from Indiana University, Indiana, USA. Very importantly, he is a great visionary because the very fact that the way Persistent Systems was formed and then led by him, it shows the spirit of entrepreneurship that resides within him. He has been a recipient of several awards, including the Best Alumnus or Distinguished Alumnus Award of the IIT Kharagpur itself, and then many other social and other organizations. But what is important and striking is he has been associated with different professional bodies, be it NASSCOM, ACM, Computer Society of India, CII, and all of them, and also a member of the executive committee of MCCIA. But I found that he's also on the Dean's Advisory Council of the School of Informatics and Computer Engineering of Indiana University, where he studied his master's and PhD. So a great alumnus back home to support the same institution where he started off his PhD. Anand is founding member of IIC and India's product think tank, the first of its kind. And importantly, another very interesting initiative he and his family are driving is called De Asara. In Hindi or in Marathi or in many Indian languages, they Asra is lend a support, help, a spirit of lending support. That means whether it is in terms of what we call mentorship or financially, all of that he has been doing and driving it. And one of those organizations with which he started, that is I4C, which is Interinstitutional Inclusive Innovation Center, and MHRD's then and now Minister of Education's what we call as Innovation Cell at AICT. We are working together for holding several hackathons, and most of the students are aware of the history of hackathons in India, started by Dr. Abhay Jere, who himself is on secondment from Persistent Systems here. And now the talk is very interesting, that how from your master's and PhD thesis one can create a startup. But I was just trying to see how many students actually graduate, what do they do in our Indian context. And I found from our AICT's statistics, which we get it from all the institutions annually, that about 1 million students graduate every year, 10 lakh. It's a very large number. It's the second largest technical education system in the world. And as far as startups are concerned, we are the third largest startup ecosystem of the world. But when we see this number, 10 lakh students, 1 million, how many of them are coming into the higher education? We saw that in masters, there are about 60,000 plus. It varies year to year depending on job market, because I found that 90 to 95% of the students who graduate are all interested in jobs, high paying jobs and nothing else. But some of the students who come into masters, if you analyze, some of them come because they did not get a job. Some of them come because there is a fellowship which is given, which is almost like a mini salary. Some of them come for doing their IAS. Some of them come because of passion for teaching, and minimum qualification for becoming a teacher is a master's or a PhD degree. And only few have that huge passion for research and converting that research problem into an entrepreneurial journey. I think that is where we stand. So I think it is not even a minuscule 1% of these graduates who are actually passionate. But then we found that there are about 6% students anyway coming to the masters, and some of them will come into the PhD program. How we can motivate them, how we can inspire them, how we can show them the path that their problem of research can easily be converted into possibly an entrepreneurial journey, a startup. That is what Dr. Anand is going to speak today. And over to Anand, and let us have an interactive session together. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Give me a moment. I'm going to get my screen up and.
So meanwhile, I will just inform the panelists and viewers that we have more than 9,300 people live right now.
All right. So is this all set up correctly? Can you see the screen and everything else that is happening?
Yeah.
Are we set, Abhay?
It's visible.